Harley didn't lose riders to nostalgia, they lost them to math. 20% of the market just swung toward one rival. While Harley owners dropped $25,000 plus on yesterday's tech, Honda unloaded 10 bikes that come in at half the price and run circles on tech and pace. And the closer on this list? That's the one turning test rides into trade-ins. Let's begin with a machine that proves Honda isn't just chasing Harley, it's rewriting the rules of the road. Number 10. Honda NT1100 DCT. Harley-Davidson's touring bikes often start around $25,000, but Honda has thrown down a bold challenge with the NT1100 dual-clutch transmission at just $11,899. For nearly half the price of a Harley Street Glide, you are getting more technology, less weight, and a machine designed for real-world riders who want performance without the premium price tag. At the center of this touring bike is a 1,084 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled parallel twin engine borrowed from the trusted Africa Twin. It produces 101 horsepower and 86.2 pound-feet of torque, outpacing Harley's entry-level Tourers while weighing almost 300 pounds less. At only 547 pounds, compared to Harley's 820-pound range, the difference is immediate. You feel it in city traffic, in tighter corners, and most importantly, in reduced rider fatigue. Honda did not stop at power and weight savings. Its dual-clutch transmission eliminates the need for a clutch lever, giving you seamless shifts without effort. You can ride in drive mode, unleash more aggressive gear changes in sport mode, or take command with the paddle shifters. Supporting it all is a 6-axis inertial measurement unit that manages traction, anti-lock braking, and lean angle for a smarter, safer ride. Features Harley does not offer at this price point. Comfort is equally prioritized. This machine is fitted with a wide padded seat, adjustable windscreen, heated grips, and cruise control that make long-distance travel less demanding. Wind deflectors shield your arms and legs from fatigue, while the suspension system, using Showa components, soaks up road imperfections without dulling responsiveness. Together, these features turn a demanding road into an inviting one. Efficiency is another area where Honda stands apart. Delivering close to 50 miles per gallon compared to Harley's 35 to 38, the NT1100 stretches its 5.3-gallon fuel tank to nearly 250 miles. That means fewer fuel stops, longer rides, and more time enjoying the journey. Technology and practicality come together in the 12.3-inch TFT touchscreen display, offering Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity. Storage is equally impressive, with panniers that swallow a full-face helmet without disrupting the bike's sleek touring profile. Add Honda's reputation for reliability and lower maintenance costs, and the NT1100 becomes not just a smarter buy, but it becomes a long-term investment. With a starting price under $12,000 or $13,258 with panniers, the NT1100 dual-clutch transmission makes a statement that premium touring does not have to cost a premium price. And yet, Honda is only getting warmed up. The next motorcycle in the lineup carries an even sharper edge. Number 9. Honda CB1000 Hornet SP. This naked bike just made every Harley Street Fighter look outdated. The 2025 Honda CB1000 Hornet SP is not about blending in. It is about rewriting performance standards at a price that should make Harley nervous. The Hornet SP costs just $10,999. That is less than a used Harley Sportster, yet it outclasses it in horsepower, weight, technology, and speed. At its heart is a 999 cubic centimeter inline-4 engine derived from Honda's superbikes, tuned for the streets. It pushes 155 horsepower at 11,000 revolutions per minute and 79 pound-feet of torque at 9,000. For proper perspective, that translates into 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 3.5 seconds, quicker than most Harley-Davidsons that cost nearly twice as much. Even in the quarter mile, it leaves Harley's Sportster and Nightster gasping for air. The drivetrain is engineered for accuracy. Its 6-speed gearbox, paired with a quick shifter, delivers instant upshifts and smooth downshifts, while a slipper clutch calms aggressive braking. Gears 2 through 5 are tuned for relentless acceleration, and 6th gear holds a steady pace for highway cruising. Where Honda really pulls ahead is in technology. The Hornet SP offers throttle-by-wire with 5 riding modes: Sport, Standard, Rain, plus 2 custom presets. Compare that to Harley, which typically limits riders to basic rain or road modes. Add 4 levels of traction control with the option to switch it off, and the rider is fully in charge of just how wild the Hornet feels. Handling is equally uncompromising. Weighing only 467 pounds with a 57.3-inch wheelbase and a 25-degree rake, it cuts through traffic and corners sharper than Harley's heavier frames ever could. Bridgestone Batlax Hypersport S22 tires are a hit, while Showa's fully adjustable inverted front fork and an Öhlins rear shock bring track-level tuning to the street. Brembo Stylema calipers with dual 310mm discs ensure the bike stops as fiercely as it accelerates. Honda didn't stop there. Even the design signals intent. This beast comes alive with projector-style LED headlights, a muscular tank, and an upswept tail that gives it the stance of a fighter. The 5-inch TFT display with Honda RoadSync, smartphone integration, navigation, and USB-C charging is another blow to Harley, whose displays often lag behind. Matte black metallic with bronze accents seals the deal. It looks like a premium machine, but it hits the market as a bargain assassin that will dominate the streets for a long time. But while the Hornet SP thrives on raw power and street domination, the next machine takes the idea of travel itself and dresses it in pure luxury. Number 8. Honda Goldwing Tour DCT. When riders talk about the ultimate touring machine, one name always rises like a legend whispered across highways: the Honda Goldwing. Over time, this machine has defined the ultimate touring experience. The 2025 Goldwing Tour DCT takes the trophy and makes Harley's Ultra Limited look ancient. At its soul is Honda's 1,833 cubic centimeter flat-6 engine, smooth, silent, and powerful. 126 horsepower launches you forward without strain, even with a passenger and a trunk packed full of gear. And unlike Harley's big V-twins that rumble and rattle, the Goldwing delivers power like a private jet, steady and refined. Honda pairs that muscle with a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission. Riders can glide effortlessly in automatic or snap through gears manually with fingertip paddles. And then comes walking mode, yes, a touring bike that can crawl itself into a parking space. Maneuvering this machine is easier than moving some Harley Sportsters, a fact that leaves competitors scrambling for excuses. Comfort is where Honda buries Harley. The double wishbone front suspension erases bumps before they reach you, while the electronically adjustable rear adapts to any load. Heated seats, heated grips, and an adjustable windscreen turn long hauls into first-class journeys. This is not just transportation, it is luxury on 2 wheels. Storage and tech widen the gap even further. The Goldwing swallows 110 liters of luggage. Harley's Ultra Limited offers just 67. Its 7-inch TFT display integrates Apple CarPlay and Android Auto seamlessly, while Harley riders wrestle with buggy infotainment screens. Honda's system never misses a beat, whether streaming music, navigating maps, or switching ride modes. And here's the knockout. All of this lands at $29,700, thousands less than Harley's Ultra Limited. More power, more comfort, more technology, and still cheaper. For riders choosing between the two, loyalty suddenly feels expensive, while logic points to Honda. The Goldwing doesn't just conquer highways, it redefines them. And yet, as impressive as this machine is, Honda isn't finished. The next bike in their arsenal doesn't just adapt to your life, it dares you to chase something bigger, something wilder. Go ahead and tap the like button if you think Honda just left Harley in the dust with this one. It helps us bring you even more jaw-dropping machines. Number 7. Honda NX500. This is one bike that goes everywhere. Harley cannot. That's the quiet power of the 2025 Honda NX500. It does not announce itself with chrome or thunder, but with a slim frame, clean lines, and an open invitation. Let's go further. From the moment your hands grip the bars, this machine stops being a motorcycle and becomes a passport, stamped for pavement, gravel, and every forgotten road in between. Weighing in at just 432 pounds, with a seat height that feels friendly even to new riders, the NX500 is adventure without intimidation. Its 471 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine delivers 47 horsepower in the most usable way possible. Steady torque for climbing dirt hills, a punch in the mid-range for highways, and smooth flow through its 6-speed gearbox with a slipper clutch that keeps everything composed. Harleys may look powerful, but this Honda proves versatility is its own form of muscle. It is coupled with Showa inverted forks up front, with nearly 6 inches of travel, a Pro-Link rear shock, switchable ABS, and a 19-inch front wheel that ensures changing terrain is never a reason to turn back. It drifts through city traffic, eats up back road bumps, and stays planted on dirt trails, reminding us that adventure bikes are built for freedom, not for parking lot parades. Fueling that freedom is 62 miles per gallon and a 200-mile range. Long after the heavyweights have pulled over, the NX500 keeps going. It adds in piercing LED headlights, a sharp new fairing design, a full-color TFT screen with smartphone connectivity, navigation, traction control, and even a USB-C port. And suddenly, the entry-level tag starts to feel like a joke. But here's the sting. All of this comes for $7,999. A brand new adventure Honda for less than the price of a used Harley Sportster. Honda is not just building bikes. It is creating a new generation of adventure riders, many of them customers Harley lost by refusing to adapt. And yet, Honda is not done here. If the NX500 proves it can go everywhere Harley cannot, the next bike in Honda's lineup takes that freedom off the asphalt and deep into the wild. Number 6. Honda Transalp XL 750. Most cruisers stop where the asphalt ends. Honda's 2025 Transalp XL 750 was built to keep going. It is more than a motorcycle. It is Honda's passport into a market Harley barely touches, adventure bikes. And that's exactly why it is shaking things up. Sitting in the middleweight class, the Transalp balances agility with rugged muscle, a rare mix that lets it carve through city streets, rip up gravel roads, and claw its way over mountain trails. Its 755 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine delivers 90 horsepower, smooth down low and surging when you need it. With a slipper clutch and quick shifter, gear changes feel seamless, whether you are merging on the highway or climbing rocks. Honda made it approachable too, weighing in at 459 pounds with an adjustable seat height. Riders do not fight the bike, they command it. Showa's 43mm inverted fork up front and ProLink rear suspension soak up punishment while keeping control tight. Brakes follow suit. Dual discs in front, one at the rear. With ABS, you can switch off for dirt. Also, it is coupled with hooked wheels, 21 inches in front, 18 in the rear, making it equally at home in mud or on tarmac. Range matters in the wild, and with a 4.5-gallon tank, the Transalp pushes 250 miles between fill-ups. The cockpit keeps things modern with a 5-inch TFT screen, Honda Road Sync, ride modes, maps, music, and calls, slim fairing, sharp LED lighting, and matte gray or matte black paint strip away the unnecessary and keep the focus on utility. And then there's the price. At just $9,999, the Transalp gives you touring comfort, off-road grit, and street confidence, all in one bike. Harley has no real answer here. They abandoned the adventure segment, and Honda stepped in, dominating it with a machine that made riders question why they ever limited themselves to pavement. The Transalp does not just ride, it erases boundaries. But Honda is not stopping at raw adventure. The next bike in Honda's arsenal takes an entirely different path, offering a ride that feels less like a battle and more like pure, effortless freedom. Number 5. Honda Rebel 500. Not every motorcycle demands experience. Some simply invite you in, hand you the keys, and dare you to taste freedom. That's exactly what the 2025 Honda Rebel 500 does. It lowers the barrier, strips away intimidation, and makes the cruiser lifestyle feel within reach for anyone brave enough to twist the throttle. This $6,799 motorcycle is one reason Harley's Sportster sales are falling. Honda built the 2025 Rebel 500 to do what Harley once owned, pull in first-time riders, but at $4,000 less than a Sportster and with fewer barriers in the way. The power of this ride comes from a 471 cubic centimeter parallel twin, liquid-cooled and tuned for balance. It produces 46 horsepower and 32 pound-feet of torque, enough for highways yet forgiving in traffic. The 6-speed gearbox, light pull clutch, and slipper design make city riding less stressful and more rhythmic. At just 414 pounds, with a 27.2-inch seat height, almost anyone can plant their feet and feel at home. Harley's entry-level bikes are heavy, expensive, and intimidating. The Rebel is none of those. It rides steady on a 60.9-inch wheelbase, leans confidently into curves, and keeps things approachable without feeling dull. Its design is a modern classic. It houses a sculpted fuel tank, blacked-out engine, and LED lighting that gives it presence, while the digital display offers only what you need: gear, speed, and fuel. Fuel efficiency seals the deal. Talk about 60 miles per gallon with 170 miles of range. This beats most Harleys in both mileage and practicality. But the Rebel's biggest threat to Harley is customization. Saddlebags, windscreens, bobber seats, exhaust swaps. The canvas is wide open and far cheaper than Harley's accessory catalog. Riders can build their Rebel into anything they want without doubling the purchase price. They say variety is the spice of life, and the Rebel takes it literally. It is offered in matte black metallic or pearl smoky gray. This Rebel isn't just a beginner bike. It is a gateway cruiser that undercuts Harley in price, ease of ownership, and freedom to personalize. And while the Rebel makes cruising simple and accessible, the next machine aims for Harley's most sacred ground, retro style with real soul. Number 4. Honda SCL 500. For years, Harley-Davidson has been the undisputed master of retro style, the kind of motorcycle that carries the past into the present with an unmistakable growl. Honda just beat Harley at their own retro game. The SCL 500 takes that formula, strips away the excess, and delivers the style, swagger, and soul riders crave at nearly half the cost. On the surface, it is pure vintage scrambler. Round LED headlight, high-mounted exhaust, Dunlop knobbies, and a stance that looks like it missed its way from the roaring 70s. But beneath that skin is a modern weapon Harley never saw coming. A 471 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled parallel twin that delivers 47 horsepower with smooth, usable torque that makes the bike come alive in traffic, steady on the highway, and daring enough for gravel roads when the pavement ends. Weighing just 423 pounds, with a low, inviting seat, it does not intimidate the new rider, yet it rewards veterans with pure, uncomplicated fun. Every gear clicks precisely through its 6-speed box, its slipper clutch smoothing the edges for riders who want confidence without compromise. Here is where it hurts Harley the most. The price, which is $6,799. That is almost half the cost of Harley's Nightster, a bike heavier, thirstier, and aimed at a shrinking demographic. Harley asks riders to pay for heritage. Honda hands them style, freedom, and modern practicality without the financial burden. And it goes further. The SCL 500 is not just a retro bike. It is a blank canvas with customization enshrined in its DNA. Add bags, swap seats, mount screens. Honda designed it to be personal. It is the same custom spirit Harley has sold for generations, only now it is affordable to riders who never imagined they could buy into that culture. Sales figures already show the shift. Lightweight, retro-styled bikes are climbing fast with younger riders worldwide, while Harley's U.S. sales have slipped year after year. Statistics show that Harley-Davidson's global motorcycle shipments collapsed by 53% last quarter, while Honda quietly dominates with more than 400,000 sales in the United States compared to Harley's 95,000. That makes the SCL 500 not just a nicer bike, but a knockout blow. Honda is not competing in Harley's market. It is stealing it from underneath them. The SCL 500 proves retro style no longer belongs to Milwaukee. And if Harley can lose at the very thing it built its empire on, what future is left? And yet, the next machine in Honda's arsenal pushes beyond luxury, proving dominance on any road, in any condition. Share this with your friends who still think Harley owns retro style, because Honda just proved that the crown has a new home. Number 3. Honda Africa Twin CRF 1100L. This adventure bike proves Honda is playing in leagues Harley cannot reach. The 2025 Honda Africa Twin CRF 1100L isn't built for ordinary roads. It's built for riders who see a dirt trail not as an obstacle, but as an invitation. Its 1,084 cubic centimeters parallel twin delivers 101 horsepower with torque that refuses to quit when the ground gets rough. The 270-degree crankshaft gives it a heartbeat that feels alive beneath you. But the real game-changer is Honda's dual-clutch transmission. It is not only automatic, it reacts faster than the rider, reading lean angles and terrain, shifting with precision, and switching back to manual mode whenever you demand full control. On paper, it weighs just over 500 pounds. On the trail, it feels like half of that. Showa suspension smooths out rocks and ruts, while its 21-inch front and 18-inch rear spoked wheels grip dirt, gravel, or sand like they were made for it. And unlike most hardcore adventure bikes, this one doesn't skimp on modern comfort. A 6.5-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Road Sync makes Harley's dated analog gauges feel prehistoric. The price is where Honda played its ace, at $14,699. The Africa Twin doesn't just challenge Harley, it bypasses them entirely. Harley has little to offer in this category, leaving Honda to dominate a market Harley never truly entered. The Africa Twin shows that freedom isn't limited to highways anymore, and Honda has claimed the territory Harley overlooked. But if this machine pushes boundaries in the wild, the next machine goes in the opposite direction, serving pure vintage swagger with the soul of another era. Number 2. Honda Shadow Phantom. This cruiser delivers Harley's style without Harley's problems. At just $8,499, the Honda Shadow Phantom costs nearly $8,000 less than Harley's cheapest Softail. Yet it gives riders the same low-slung stance, classic lines, and V-twin heartbeat, without the weight on their wallet or constant trips to the shop. Powering the Shadow Phantom is a 745 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled V-twin, producing 45 horsepower and 48 pound-feet of torque. The single-pin crankshaft gives it that signature thump Harley riders crave, while the smooth 5-speed gearbox makes every shift easy. Where it really outshines Harley is the shaft drive. While Harley owners spend on belt replacements and frequent service intervals, Shadow riders forget their drivetrain exists. It just works. Over the long haul, that means more miles of riding and fewer bills to pay. That's not all. Honda engines routinely last over 100,000 miles, while many Harley models demand costly rebuilds long before that mark. Let's talk about the weight. It weighs in at 549 pounds with a seat under 26 inches. It's approachable for nearly every rider. The 64.6-inch wheelbase and 33.5-degree rake keep it steady on the highway, yet manageable in the city. With a 3.7-gallon tank pushing about 170 miles, it balances cruiser character with everyday practicality. Styling also steals the spotlight. Its blacked-out finishes on the engine and exhaust, a bobber-inspired fender, slim LED lighting, and a clean digital dash give it a modern edge while staying true to old-school swagger. Suspension is comfortable, braking is reliable, and optional. Customization is another win. Saddlebags, windscreens, chrome kits, the Shadow accepts them all, without Harley's sky-high accessory costs. Add Honda's bulletproof reputation for reliability, and this isn't just a cheaper cruiser, it's a smarter one. This is a motorcycle that rides with quiet confidence. It doesn't beg for attention. It earns it. The Shadow Phantom also proves you don't need Harley's price tag to get Harley's presence. And while this machine owns the boulevard, the next Honda brings the fight back home, straight into Harley's heartland. Number 1. Honda NC750X. This motorcycle's secret weapon is killing Harley's weekend warrior image, and it doesn't come roaring in with brute force. Instead, it slips in with precision, practicality, and just enough attitude to make you wonder why anyone would ride anything else. This is the Honda NC750X. At first glance, it doesn't scream rebellion, but the danger for Harley is that this bike speaks directly to the modern rider. People who want one machine that can own the weekday commute and then vanish into the horizon on the weekend. The NC750X doesn't just combine those worlds, it masters them. Powering this dual identity is a 745 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine with a 270 degrees crankshaft, delivering a steady 58 horsepower and torque that pulls strongly right where you need it. It isn't about chasing top speed. It's about smooth, usable strength, whether you're dodging traffic lights downtown or leaning through back road switchbacks. And with Honda's dual-clutch transmission, it's almost like the bike thinks ahead of you, adapting in real time with ride modes that shift its personality from calm to spirited at the press of a button. But here's where it thumbs the entire script. Honda just made every other motorcycle obsolete with one feature: storage. Instead of a gas tank, the NC750X hides a cavernous 22-liter compartment large enough for a full-face helmet, groceries, or even a working laptop. While Harley riders need a truck for errands, NC750X riders just open their tank. Suddenly, this motorcycle isn't just for the weekend warrior. It's for the everyday rider who refuses to compromise. And compromise isn't in this bike's vocabulary. With 60 miles per gallon and a 220-mile range, you don't stop unless you want to. Its suspension balances comfort with control. Its ABS-equipped brakes inspire confidence. And its new, sharp-edged styling makes it look every bit as adventurous as it feels. At under $10,500, it's priced in a way that could lure riders who might have once dreamed of a Harley but now want something smarter, lighter, and more connected. That's the danger. The NC750X isn't trying to be a Harley killer. But by quietly redefining what a motorcycle can be, it just might become one. Share your thoughts on Honda's 2025 lineup in the comments section below. Hit subscribe for more, and tell us, will Honda reshape motorcycling, or can rivals fight back? Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.